So hello, this is Pixie doing another video. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing okay, basically. Interesting day. I mean, I've been trying to do some videos, just trying to get the right mix together. So, kind of MGTOW. So I'm looking at travel. I'm looking at contacts using some apps, some dating apps. So there's an international date one. So we look at different people, trying to make some real contacts. I have got a contact who's in Peru. I haven't spoken to her for many years. I think I only wrote to her a few letters, but I might touch base with her and just say, I'm starting to learn Spanish, blah blah blah. You know, and also thinking possibly if you travel out there, it's basically you want people on the ground that you can meet, because if you go through companies to arrange meetings with people and stuff, it gets very expensive. And there's like a foreign affair I was looking at, and I get loads of intro letters. There's nice people, but it's just because it's been run for an office, it's probably just somebody in an office writing a letter on their behalf and then using pictures they've taken by a professional photographer, I should say. And so that's not always good. And the other thing I was going to talk about, which is a bit more, I guess, a bit more interesting than that, is that there's probably also a lot of AI. So I'm starting to be aware of some messages seem like regurgitated stuff I've said back to me. So they're mirroring. So it's not. It doesn't really give me anything useful in that, because they're telling me what I know to confirm what I think I know, in order to make me feel more connected to them, when all actually I'm doing is connected to myself. So it's not one. But the other thing I was thinking about, so there might be issues around AI, with some of these chatbots, because they can obviously chat loads, and that could be a lot easier to deal with, really. Actually, I might wait a little bit. So that's potentially what could happen, and also to replace other people as kind of like scammers and stuff like that. It's interesting, I don't know what's going there. So yeah, so basically the AI, and then also how that's going to develop. People may start having virtual partners and companions and stuff like that, and how that could evolve, and how creepy that could be. And also you can gain a lot of information on that person, and it can be tailored to their need, personality, intelligence, subjects, choices, how much you want them to evolve, how much you want them to learn from you, machine learning from you. A whole host of things can be put together for it, and that's could open a whole new way of doing stuff on the internet. I guess I'll go down here. Yep. Yeah, so that could be both a positive and a negative, because people think they're having quite a connected. But then again, I've come across people that minds have become like robots because their brains have been damaged. They function in an algorithm and stuff like that. That's tricky. So another thing I encountered today as well, someone was telling me, I mean, basically she suffered from diabetes, and I think, oh, it can affect your brain. There's also a thing is that it's a Jamaican thing, is they like to have this spices in their coffee and tea, and it's usually nutmeg and some other things put together. And the thing is with nutmeg, if you have quite a lot of nutmeg, it has some sort of mild psychotropic effect. Probably quite low. It's probably stronger than chocolate. I mean, you don't have to have a lot of chocolate, but that has an effect on your mood and thinking and stuff. So that can cause some interesting dreams and other thing changes in a person. But anyway, she said she got up in the night, she went to the toilet, this woman, and she saw in the mirror, she looked up and saw herself, and now she said she was quite a big lady at the time, but she saw herself as skin and bones. really skinny in there, and her cheekbones. And so I think she sat back down on the toilet, but when she went to get back up, she found it hard to walk, and it was almost like dragging her legs along. And she went to her husband and said to her husband, you know, basically shook him, and he woke up and said, he will take you up, and no, he who takes you down will make you rise, or something like that, some sort of thing. That could be what she perceived, he said. And then he rolled over again and he went back to sleep. So it wasn't like, it's like he gave a message. And but then she talked about she rested on the bed, and she had a dream where she was in an elevator and it took her down, and there was a door opened up of the elevator, and there was some being that come up to her, and she said it was like 3 people fused together. And so she saw that religiously as something from the Trinity or something. The Son, the Father and the Holy Spirit fused together, and it looked her right in the eyes, and she could feel it going through her body. So eventually I think she might have found a way to hospital. I mean, she woke up from that dream, it left her alone, and she went back up in the elevator, and then she woke up, which is kind of strange, strangely to happen. But yeah, I mean, basically she used to have high blood pressure, which went, but then she was left with, she had diabetes. She was diagnosed with diabetes. So it's interesting spiritual stuff, and she talked about her contact with God and stuff. There's definitely something there, because when I was talking to her, I spiritually opened up. And it could be because I was thinking about these things, but I was also reaching into my soul for answers. And it's the divine part of it, really, connected to the spirit. Because we don't, like our mind, our body, we use a percentage of its power. We don't use the full power of it. That's why your spirit can exist in many forms in many places. It's a bit like your mind, it does things you're not aware of. So your awareness might be 5 or 10%, but everything else going on in the background you're not fully aware of. So it can be quite fascinating. Fascinating. Anyway, I do my little quest and do a bit of research. I think I'm going to be selling some crypto. I might look at getting another, because there's a Bitcoin mining NFT, or I might sell something and then put it into something and have to leave it there for years before it goes up in price. It's a difficult one. But the market, they say something like, selling may go away, that's what they say. So you sell, you don't sell. Anyway, take care. Let's pick this one off. Have a great one. Bye.